Confidence is about how you see yourself. Welcome to the Uniquely Confident Podcast.
Yo, positive energy and good vibrations from me to you. This is RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman. And yes, indeed, this is the Uniquely Confident Podcast. Yo, most top people out there, girl.
Here, what's good? This is Coach Mo, founder of Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger, your number one women's empowerment coach. And welcome to the pod.
Word. Another day in paradise, Queen. You already know. It's another day in paradise. We almost didn't get on here today, man. Like we've been fighting to get on here to see y'all.
Right.
It's been like a real fight. Like y'all don't understand. Like on both ends. She's out up there in New York. I'm down here in South Florida. Yo, it's been a true indeed fight to get back on this.
We know that if there's a takeover with the drones and the computers and stuff, we're gonna keep a cool head. We might not win, but we're gonna fight back.
That's the positive, right, Mo? Yeah, we have more technical difficulties today than a little bit. And if the truth be told, since our last episode, it's been about a week and change because of last week I was traveling. Like it was crazy. Like we have really been fighting to get back to our second episode together, should I say, and record and get back to this thing, man. So, but before we do anything else, we got to follow the protocol, and that protocol is talk to the man upstairs and pay some of these bills to keep our lights on. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, Father God, we thank you for another opportunity to say thank you. We're grateful because we understand that our life, our breath that we have is not even to take for granted because somebody didn't wake up this morning. So right now in this space, we want to take this moment and say thank you. We want to take this moment and say we appreciate life and understand that we have to use it and use it accordingly to your will and everything that we have purposeful in our lives. We also want to take this moment too and say, God, we appreciate the fact that we had the opportunity to know our sister Deanna from Law Clerk in Demand. I heard this morning that she passed away. So God, hold her family right now and cover them as they go along, because I know that grieving is very hard. So please, God, cover that family right now. We do pray, and also cover us as we go forth in this podcast. Maybe say something that's going to help somebody in the space that they need help the most and benefit them to help them to go forward in their life. These things we do pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, man. I just seen that right before we came on the podcast.
Who is this?
Deanna. She's from Law Clerk and Demand. Her brand is Law Clerk and Demand. She was from the Morning Meetup. She's the lawyer, the one that was doing all the trademarks for Dave.
What?
Yeah. I just seen it literally on Instagram right before we came on. I went opened up my Instagram and seen Dave's page, seen her picture on there, and he was basically saying she's gone.
As a second person this year that I seen passed away from one of the groups that we've been a part of. There's another lady, God rest her soul. Her name is Brandy, and she got into a terrible car accident. She was pregnant with her second child and her son. Her young son. All of them passed away in a car accident maybe 2 or 3 months ago at the most.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, God rest their soul.
Yo, and I just before we go any further, I just want to say like, let's stop taking our life for granted, man. Like we gotta take each second like it's our last. Use it. Be productive with it, man. Like don't sit around and say and claim that you're tired. Like I'm sitting here preaching to myself. There's certain days where I was sitting around, oh, I'm tired. Yeah, there's days for rest, but there's no need for just wasting days and wasting time because you don't know when that last second is gonna come, man. So I want to take a special shout out to every family out there that lost someone, especially to the two we mentioned. Special shout outs to y'all, man.
I want to say something to that for sure because my family just lost one of the matriarchs in the family.
Yes.
She was in her 90s, but there's one thing I'm gonna never forget. Though she was so special to us, our family, she had things that she wished she would have done. And in her last, year, she highly regretted them, and she expressed it a lot. through tears, through just, she was sad. She was sad about those things. And everything else that she did, it was good, but it was just a couple of those things that she wished she could have done. And she did get to the age where she couldn't, it was impossible for her to make that happen. So I want us to keep in mind, like, life for everyone is not going to be short, but if there's something that you really want to get done and you want to happen for your life, go after it, because
Right.
there's going to be a point in time when your body stops allowing you
Mm-hmm.
and your mind stops moving as fast. And that means your mind stops allowing you, and your circumstances start changing up. And so that stops allowing you to do the things that you truly, truly desire to do. So if you're able, if you're capable now, you have time on your hand. If you're going to be here until your 90s, you got a little time on your hand. You 30, 40, 50. What's 50 to a 90-year-old? Nothing. That's a newborn baby, right?
Right.
40
Right.
years in between somebody that's old enough. Some people is out here almost being grandmas at 40. That's a different story. But, you really have to understand that you could have a short life, but you could have a long life and have regret at the end of that long life. Who wants
Mm.
that? Go after it. You deserve it, and you deserve to be in your 90s saying, "I'm satisfied. I did well."
Yeah, and that right there is scary, Mo. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hmm.
Like just to hear that, to hear somebody's actual testimony of being that high up in age and have those kind of regrets.
Yeah, and
So
still be bomb. Be a bomb person. Shout out to my grandmother. I love her. Rest
listen,
in peace,
man.
grandma. Still a bomb person. She is the example, the number one example of a Proverbs 31 woman. If y'all don't know what
Mm.
that is, y'all go look it up. Y'all see it. That's her. She's bomb.
Yo, shout out to the grandmoms, man. Like, cause they're the reason why we here. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like our moms do their things. But before moms was moms, they was little girls, and the ones that raised those little girls was our grandmamas.
Right.
And then
Right.
we got that real genuine parenting, right? See, people don't realize that when you get your grandmother's love, you're getting a crash course, right? They've gotten a chance to smooth out and see the wrong that they've done
Hmm.
and do right by you in the ways that they couldn't do right by their own.
Yeah.
So it's like we really get opportunities. And like me, I was blessed to have my grandmother for a very long time. I
Hmm.
just lost her not too long ago. Well, probably about a decade now, almost 10 years now that we
It
lost
feel
her.
like yesterday though. When you
Yeah, man. Like seriously, it do it every time I think about it. It's like, oh yeah, she's never met my children because it's like I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that it's been that long. But a special shout out to all the grandmas out there, man.
Yeah, man.
Here and no longer here with us. We
Yeah.
love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man, because we understand now at this stage of the game. We understand. And we understand we got to pay these bills too. We done messing around, got deep in this podcast and
I
doing
know.
what he's doing.
Had to show love.
Listen, the sponsors are never gonna get mad at us for doing that. But guess what? We always gonna take care of our sponsors. So with that being said, guys, go over and check out the people at Quantum Fitness. My body right now is not sore only because I worked out yesterday and I've been doing this for about almost 4 months. And this guy, I'm talking about this personal trainers, this team of them, they have really been putting their work in and they do their job professionally. So listen, if you go over there and use the word unique, they will give you 20% off on their workouts. So go over there and try them out at Quantum Fitness and tell them the guys over at Unique Podcast sent you. Um,
You got muscles or something?
oh yeah, Mo.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Yo, let me tell you, and like I could confidently do that now, right? Confidently on the podcast. I can do that now because I've been putting in some work. Yo, if I gotta go back and find the clip. When I was on the shout out to Mike Williams and the Breakthrough Kings podcast. I do that every Monday with him. But it was an episode a few months back, and he pointed out that my arms look like sticks. On he was like, yo, he said, bro, you better tighten up. Your arms look like little sticks over there. I was
Just
like,
a real friend.
yo, that's crazy.
Crazy.
So
Said, who
now, so immediately, what I did was I got on the horn, like, yo, listen, I know you do this, you get busy, I need that work.
help? Right.
Months later, yeah, I got right now, I call it a 5.5 pack because
Okay.
I got the first four, and the last two, one of the last two you can see, the other one is just like faint. Yeah, it's faint. Like you struggle, you gotta squint to see that one. You go,
Is that a huh?
Is that a no? That's not one. He's working at it. But anyway, listen. If you want to change your body and you also want to change your mindset, Quantum Fitness is the way to go. I am living proof of it because his workouts work and he will make you work with it. So go try him out. And another paid sponsor of this beautiful podcast, Cassie's Classic Designs. She prints pretty much everything I wear. The signs are behind me, and she has so many clients that have phenomenal testimonials. So if you want to be one of those clients and you need something printed, go over at Cassie's Classic Design and let her know that you need something printed. Yeah. Tell her we sent you. But guess what? I didn't tell you where to go, right? That was silly. Cassie's _classic_design. That's on Instagram. And if you want to get at her directly and you're not on Instagram for whatever reason, listen, highlight Cassie's Classic Design at gmail.com. Yo, Mo, what we doing today? What we talking about? We done went all over the world. What we doing now?
We're going to talk about how social media influences our confidence.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because, social media is out here. There's so many things that you can find on social media. And
there's so much cap, huh? What was that? Somebody's cap?
No. You can find so much on social media. I try to tell you. Let me tell you a couple things you can find. You can find the life of your dreams, the body of your dreams, the wife of your dreams, the husband of your dreams, the kids of your dreams, the business of your dreams. You could be. Did you know there are trillions of trillionaires?
Oh, shit.
Social media. You can see it on social media. Did you know that?
Man, I didn't know that.
And the everyday person, I'm the #1 women's empowerment coach for real, not just on social media.
In real life.
And I coach the everyday woman, and the everyday woman will open up social media and they will find that their life sucks.
Damn. So basically what you're saying is like you can open up your phone, right? You can be living, you can be doing the best you can, right? You can be living to the best of your means at that current moment. You can open your phone, right? A device that only shows a certain amount of space, and you can open up an app, right? That's paid, that's created to show others highlights, not their life, but their highlights of their life. And you can open that app and look at it, and your life can start to feel like it's worthless.
Yep.
Wow.
You could do that on social media, on the social media near you.
Damn. Yo, that's crazy, Mo, because real rap, I've been there. And I'm glad we're talking about this, because I sat here and I was pretending like I didn't know what you was talking about, but the truth of the matter is I experienced it. And it wasn't until I had to really check, right, and see what it was. Now, before more, I've pointed this out on other platforms, but I'm going to do it here. So check this out. On my screen right now, right, you can see that much. You can't see what I'm doing right now with my hand. You can't see what I'm doing with my other hand right now. You can't even see what I'm doing with my feet. And to everybody who's listening to us on Apple and Spotify, wherever else, I was making movements with my hands and feet. I forget about y'all sometimes.
The Flintstones.
Word. I'm over here doing my little Fred. But what I'm saying is, we look at these devices, right, and we get so caught up and get so mesmerized, and we start having these emotions and feelings based upon a portion that's being manipulated to show you one thing. If I showed you the rest of this office right now, you'd be like, yo, would you put some of them books away? Could you put some of that stuff away? It's my office. But I only want you to see what you see. And that's social media, y'all, but I didn't get that. So like a lot of you, I sat back and I began to judge my life and think that I was less than what I was because I seen on something on the app. So Mo, It blew my mind when I realized, like, yo, what I was looking at. But how do you feel about this?
You know, I'm I'm an introvert, and I'm a little bit more of a, you know, I'm gonna say it like this. So we took this assessment, the self-assessment called the DISC assessment, right?
Right. Shout out.
So there's a huge difference between me and RJ right now, right? Because what's your I?
I am a 99I, actually.
I am a 20, and when I'm comfortable, I'm 11. Okay, dead serious.
Right. That's a fact.
So that means what
Yeah,
it
we could
means.
rename our podcast. Mo, I didn't mean to cut you up, but we could rename this podcast to like extrovert and introvert talk.
Right. Y'all gonna see the difference. Y'all gonna see the difference. So that the I in the disc, DISC, is your personality type, basically, you know, how you feel about people in relationships, right? Being in relationship with other. And so needless to say, for me, social media looks and feels like what it is, whatever anybody made it. I know for sure that what's on there is not all truth. So it doesn't affect me negatively when it comes to my confidence, but it does show me, it shows me how to stay realistic for myself, right? Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I know y'all ain't no trillionaires. Y'all playing yourself. And so I don't expect that from myself, but it also shows me things that I haven't seen before.
Right.
You know? So like, oh, well, I know that maybe you're renting this, but these things are made and you could probably buy it. So if I one day want to be a person who owns, y'all could see up on top of me, I got these cards here because these are my vision on my vision board, right? If I want it in my house,
Y'all see that thing?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what's. I can't wait to walk in there.
Right, because you know the grill gonna be, you know what I'm saying, and then the smoker gonna be gone, you know. Oh,
Yeah, and you know how we like we love to eat. So like,
come on,
it's
come
say
on,
less, say
come on,
less.
because we're gonna have all kind of food, African food, African American food.
Yo,
Best food.
I'm allowed to eat the
All right,
food with my hands like they do on the
you
Instagram.
can eat it with a spoon. It's fine. It's still
Okay.
all right. Anyway, all I'm saying is my confidence isn't shaken from social media. I can't say personally it does, but I also am not looking for that type of validation from other people because I love y'all. I want to say this.
Oh shoot. Hold on. I know her, y'all. Anytime she's setting up to say she loves y'all, something sideways is coming after. So just prepare.
No, it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna taste good when I say it too. I love y'all, but I don't like none of y'all, and I don't
I
need
knew
you.
it. I knew it.
Okay, I don't need you, and I don't like you. I like who I like, and I love who I love, and they in my life. And I take my time with people on purpose because I initially don't really care for y'all to be in my face. So what y'all do doesn't make me feel like I'm any less. Sometimes I'm looking at people like, y'all look crazy. Y'all look crazy.
I told y'all. Like that's all I can say is told you so.
But it was good. It's good. Sometimes people need to know the truth, right? Don't that?
But for real though, like you're absolutely right. But my thing is this, Mo. When it comes down to like what social media does to people's confidence, I can speak firsthand. It will take it from you if you allow it. Like if you go through your phone and you use a big word, Mo, validation. If you're looking for validation through a social media app, then you definitely should be in one of our programs. I'm not even sitting here trying to toot your horn. I like our horns. I'm not even sitting here trying to play you neither. Like I'm keeping it a stack. I've been in spaces where I seek validation outward of myself. And that was the most frustrating journey I have ever been on in my entire life. Yo, Mo, looking for validation outside of yourself is like, it's like putting something inside of the house, right? You know it's in the house, and then going to look for that thing, that one thing that you know is where you put it at, all around the house. It's like you're not gonna find it because it's someplace inside of the building and you left there. Like, it's validation. If you can't find validation within, like, you're in trouble. I'm just gonna be honest. I've been there, and the only thing I found was hardships, more struggles, and needing more validation, and just honest, to be honest, more trauma.
Yeah, so I'm looking up the word validation because, also we'll find in the DISC assessment, I'm a high C. So
Oh yeah,
I need to do it. I need to get it done.
mine's low.
I need to get it done, but I need it to be correct, right? So I need to know I need to make sure I'm not judging y'all, right? Because I'm a high S and I want y'all to be, I want everybody to be okay too. Like I said, I love y'all. I just don't, I don't like it like that. So validation is recognition or affirmation that a person or their feelings or opinions are valid or worthwhile. What that means to me is that you thought something about yourself and then you look outside of you to confirm that's true. So what that means to me is something that you're telling yourself is bad. You're not talking to yourself nice.
Right.
You're speaking down on yourself. Your thinking is negative. You're negative Nancy. Okay. You need to be positive Patty, but you're negative Nancy on the inside.
Come on, not with the positive Patty though.
Negative Nathan. You need positive Patrick. I'm not done with y'all. I got names for this. Okay.
She's in her bag, y'all. You better watch out.
So you need to be checking yourself. Honestly, you have to be checking yourself. What are you looking for in these things? All I want on the inside of me. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I can say I didn't look for validation on social media, because for what I want on the inside of myself, what's most important to me is peace, joy.
Right.
I want to be proud of myself, because there's things in this world. If there's some things in this world that my father, who's my favorite person in this world, wants from me, but I just don't believe that for myself, I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to feel ashamed about it. So if that person, who's one of the most important people in my life, can get that, then so can the rest of the world, So I don't need validation from the rest of the world. I need to feel pure, heart of gold, inspired by the positives, the joy from within. And so when you're trying to affirm something outside of you, make sure what's inside of you is good, is pure, is filled with love and joy first. And you looking on the outside to try to say, yeah, where can I find more of that?
And honestly, like, and let me be clear. All validation is not wrong, right? Like, I validate my children daily. Like, I validate my son hourly, seconds, by the moments. When he watches me, I'm making sure you're my son. You are the man. Like, you are somebody. Like my daughter, she's validated by the day. When I leave them, I constantly validate them. You are somebody.
And that makes a big difference. As saying as a daughter of a father, I lost my mom when I was 12. And there's still to this day, my father is never going to let a day pass without letting me know what our bond means to him.
Right.
He might say some things that I'll be like, Dad, that's not me. But that, I know the difference. I know that's from his desires of his heart for me. But he still makes sure that he validates me, and I am a grown woman. So yes, validation is positive. Validation is necessary.
Absolutely. But only thing I wanted to point out is in order for you to really feel validation, you have to give it to yourself. Because the truth is, like, and my clients, they see this all the time. They'll come, especially in the beginning of our sessions, they'll come and they'll give me one of their wins. And I purposely would be like, okay, let's move on. Because I want to see their response. Because if it doesn't affect you, then I didn't validate you in that moment, we're good. Because I'm gonna celebrate you at some point. But if you get upset or you make that at a point to point that out, it's like, yo, oh, you know what, you ain't, oh, you needed validation. It's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You need validation. It's a difference. And that's when it becomes toxic. That's when you become to really be in trouble, because then you start trying to find validation in the wrong places. And I've also been down that road. You'll find yourself spending money on people. You'll find yourself being taken advantage of by people. And you won't even know it. It'll be called friendship in the moment. Yeah. It'll be called friendship. It'll be called, oh, that's my man's in them. Mm-hmm. But as soon as that dollar dry up, so will that man's in them. Right? You dig what I'm saying? And I'm telling you through experience. And the only thing I wish that I have just wish I would have done earlier and known earlier is how dope I truly am. Because I'm searching all around. I'm searching in people, places, and things to solidify what I'm looking for. And it's really on the inside of me this whole time. Here I am now as a grown man. I'm so glad that I found out before my children got of age, Mo. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because, yo, the one I see it in the most is my daughter, which is the scariest thing in the world. Because it's like the validation that I needed, I'm gonna make sure she didn't. Because I know what I had to go through to feel liked. Right? I know what I had to go through to feel like I was a part of. And I'm like, no. She's not gonna go that route.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I said, like last week she had an experience, not last week, but a few months ago, she had an experience when they denied her in the park. I used that as an opportunity to teach. Like, you know what? It's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to play by yourself and be okay with it.
Yeah. From a person who I definitely wasn't this way always.
Mm.
I definitely grew into like getting to know who I am and loving myself for me. And if it don't work for you, that's fine. I'm not even gonna make it your fault that you're not a part of my life. I'm gonna piece it out for you. Like it's totally fine. We don't have to do that together. I'm in this. I gotta live with me forever. You don't.
Right.
Cool. But I wasn't like that always, and I don't think most people are. And I think as a woman, I'm gonna say as a woman, you probably come to that part of your life after like heartbreaks and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But me having my father didn't prevent me from going through those things, and me having a validating father and somebody who was present, who was mentally, emotionally present, didn't stop me from experiencing those heartbreaks, but it helped me snap out of them a lot earlier in life than I'm seeing some of the people who I grew up with snap out of it. So we're in our later 30. I guess we call it. I don't know if it's mid or late at this point. I don't know what.
Yeah, we late. We well. Yeah, I'm late 30s now. I'm on that side.
Right, you over the 5.
Yeah, you late over the 5. Yeah, you carry the 1, divide the 2. Yeah,
right.
we there.
Okay, so we are like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm only getting better though. We only getting better, Mo.
Oh, come on.
Fine wine.
Listen, I'm gonna share with y'all what I told him the other day on the phone, because I feel that way about my life. Okay, I don't know how y'all feel about your life, but I'm gonna share with you, and I hope it inspires you, because that's what I do. But what I'm saying is, it didn't stop me from having those losses or feeling those heartbreaks. But what he said really snapped me out of it easier, and I was able to, overcome those things that I experienced. So every single day, you tell your kids how much you love them and how important they are. And he used to say some things, and I used to even push back on it, like, Dad, that's not nice. Like, you better than everybody. You tell your kids that. Everybody need to be telling your kids that in your own home, because if everybody's saying it,
you should. But Mo, honest to God, like my coach told me this, and I felt some kind of way about it until he actually explained it to me.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Yo, you're supposed to feel like you're better than everyone else. You're just not supposed to show it."
And you're not supposed to treat people
Right. Because in all honesty, if we all feel like we're supposed to feel, we all created images of the creator. So we all should be walking around here as if though we are gods.
Yes.
Right? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, and this is
Or
nothing
a
that
God, or a real God created us, or a good God created us, or a loving God created us. We should be acting like that. We came from something. We got some sense.
You're right. We didn't get it ourselves. Right. And it's like one thing I realized too about our confidence is this, and this is one of my mottos and my principles. And you're gonna hear this a lot on this podcast. Just because I big myself up doesn't mean I'm lowering or stepping on anyone else. Like because me and Mo say we're the best in the world, that doesn't mean we're taking dumps on other coaches. Like that doesn't mean that. That means we're just edifying and building up our own confidence every time we speak.
Yeah.
Like every time I say this to someone, I'm the number one coach in the world. Like it's like, okay, well, okay. I feel that way about myself because you know what? There isn't another one. There isn't another RJD, the imperfect gentleman, character and confidence coach. There isn't. And if there is, he's only going to be second best because I'm number one at it. There's nobody can be better than me at me being me.
Yes. Because there's going to be people in a room. If you both came in a room and spoke to the same room, there's going to be people who felt like you were the best, and there's going to be people who felt like he worked better for them. But that doesn't change that you weren't doing your best and you weren't striving for the best that you could be, and that's all it's about.
And but think about this, Mo. We already live in an age where we're on an emotional roller coaster every single day, right? We're gonna add more hills by just doing that. Like if I'm gonna sit here and worry about the people who do not find me appealing to them, I'm gonna add some more stress to my life for what? Okay, and I think that we get caught up in this thing where we're supposed to be liked by everybody, and I'm a high I, right? I really believe that. I feel on the inside of my body everybody's supposed to like me, and I'm supposed to like everybody. But in reality, that's not the truth. That's not how life works. So at times when somebody doesn't like me or I get the vibe they're not feeling my energy, it sucks. I don't like it, but I get over it. Like I'm in a stage in my life where that doesn't bother me because there are way too many more people in the world that need the energy that I have than the ones that don't.
Yeah.
And I can't waste my time or the energy worrying about the people who don't.
I I got a story. So somebody I know, they knew somebody for a really long time, but they had a life change. This other person had a life change. Let's call them Mary and Cherry. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go
Mary
with it.
And Cherry was the best of friends.
Mary and Cherry, best of friends.
Right. And Mary had some life experiences, and they didn't go the way that Mary wanted for her life. But she still was pressing on. Cherry started to come into life for herself, and she, met somebody and was getting married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for whatever reason, and Mary was there for her. Mary was like, I'm gonna be, I got you what you need. Every week Mary would reach out to Cherry and say, how can I help you? You need help with the, planning whatever you need, need me to figure out something. Cherry would say, no, I got it, I'm good. Got it, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Until it was the last maybe 4 weeks before the wedding came. Now Cherry don't got things in order. Cherry need help. But Cherry didn't take the time to see what was going on in Mary's life. Mary was dealing with her own life, right? During that time. So Cherry's like, oh, I need your help. You've been saying you can help me. Now you can help me. So now Mary's scrambling to still help Cherry because Cherry's, she cherishes Cherry's friendship,
People.
right? Um, but things start kind of blowing up in Cherry's face because people are like, "Why is this not done?" I thought, don't you think? Ain't that something Mary would be doing? And instead of Cherry saying, "No, this is on me. I messed up,"
Uh-oh.
Cherry said, "I don't know. I guess Mary's just busy. I guess she was just busy." So everybody's like, "So if Mary's busy, why wouldn't she just tell you she couldn't do it so you can find somebody else to help you?" And blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm so now everybody else is scrambling to help out Cherry, and Mary don't realize that she looking like the bad guy. The night before the wedding happens, no, a week before the wedding happens, there's supposed to be the party for the bachelor thing. Mary plans the whole thing, and then all of a sudden, a couple people can't make it, so it needs to get canceled, and then it gets redone by the people who couldn't make it on the day that Mary couldn't make it. Oh wow. So we getting somewhere, people, I promise you. So in that time there's a conversation had about Mary without Mary being there. And everybody's wondering, what's Mary's problem? What's Mary's problem? Next day Mary gets there, and Mary's confronted with everything that was said, right? Because people like mess, right? Mary's confronted with everything that was said, and so Mary realizes that Cherry is really not her friend. That's hurtful, right? And Cherry has somebody close to her who says, "Don't worry, Mary is just jealous." And so you just have to understand that some people are just jealous. And so
Oh shoot.
so Mary hears that this is what's going on behind her back, and she says, "You know what? I'm gonna God bless you, bless for you." Um, and so I'm sharing that story because there's times when we can be in a situation and we want the best for other people because we love ourselves enough to know that what's for us is for us, and what's for them is for them. And sometimes we might even know what's for them ain't nothing close to what we want for us. So ain't no way we could be looking for validation through other people's life experiences. That sounds crazy to us who love ourselves and care about who we are and know what we want out of life. So I think the important thing, and it might be kind of recap what we were saying earlier, but the important thing is to say to ourselves or be to ourselves who we want to be. Be where we want to be. Strive for the things that we want. Bless ourselves the way that we want to be blessed. There will be no reason to look on social media or to look in somebody else's life, to look in somebody else's home, to look back on somebody else's situation that went different than yours, and to say they got it better than me, and lose confidence in yourself. If you build that understanding, that love, that nourishment for yourself.
And let me tell you something too. So everyone who's doing it, right? Whoever's out there that's taking social media and ingesting it and really using it against you, right? Using it against yourself. 'Cause that's really what you're doing. What you don't realize is you might not want to pay the cost of what you're looking at, right? See, what happened was when I was young one day, I was living in New York and I went to this car wash every day, especially when I bought my new car. I went there every other day, right? Anybody get a new car, you want to wash it every time you drive it. So I went to this car wash pretty much every other day. And the gentleman that owned the car wash, he would have 3 or 4 cars out in the front, just beautiful cars, clean, sitting there, like big name cars, Ferraris and things of that nature. And I would always say, I'm like, yo, I want to do what this dude's doing. Like, I want to do what he's doing. I want those cars. You know what I mean? Like, So one day I had opportunity. Like I came through, got my car washed. He was sitting outside in front of the car, and he goes, "I said, yo, Pop, what you do, man? Like how you get all this money?" And he was like, "Yo, I got a few businesses." I was like, "Oh, so what's your business?" He's like, "The money I make from my businesses doesn't buy me these cars." And he's like, "The honest to God, how I got these cars, I give it back." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, these cars are given to me by my dead mother. When my mother passed away, they was given to me. So if I had opportunity to have my mother back or these cars, I give these cars back in a heartbeat." So
Man,
in that space, right, I had to ask myself, would I pay the cost for those cars the way he got it?
yo, for real, for real. I just saw this post yesterday or the day before, and the guy said, "You want $1 million? How many of y'all want $1 million? You do. But what if you heard that to get that $1 million tomorrow be your last day? Take that $1 million. Stop taking your life for granted because it's worth way more than $1 million. For those people who would have never took that million, stop taking your life for granted." I said, well, good then, sir.
Right. I'll start looking at life a little different. But it's so crazy because I'm telling you, ever since that point, and of course I got sidetracked again because that's how life happens. But even this moment of me thinking of that situation that I had with that gentleman, it's like I was so caught up in the material, yo. Like I was so caught up in how that thing just shined. Right? Like that car was beautiful. Those cars were beautiful. But I know the spirit and the soul of his mother, the touch of his mother was a lot more beautiful than them cars could ever be.
Yeah.
And he would give every last dime, every car. He'd give it up to have his mama back.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, I didn't want to pay that cost, Mo. I didn't want to give my mother up for some material things. I didn't want to pay what that man paid. So that really started telling me, you know what? I'm not going to be so envious and jealous of people's stuff because you really don't know what it cost them to get it. You don't know. Like you look, we see some people on social media, we see cars, we see houses, we see these material things, but we don't know what the person, the individual that has to go to bed at night with themselves is going through. And how those material things are just holding them together, most of them. If I had opportunity to show you some of the people that I have opportunity to talk to, and it's in our circle, that are not just the happiest people that you know in the world, you would think to yourself, why? They have the world by the nuts. They got money, but yeah, the kind of money these individuals have, it don't make no sense. But they'll tell you right now they're the most sad people in the world.
That's terrible.
Because it's not about the tangible things, right? They missed out on precious moments of their life that they can't get back. Yo, Mo, we live this life for moments and feelings and experiences. This is why we live, y'all. We don't live for the material things. Because it's so funny to even look at the story of Mike Tyson, Mo. To watch a man go from up, down, back up to down. Now he's back up again. But he'll tell you in his own story that, yo, throughout that whole process, the only thing that didn't change was him. Like he's been who he's been. Yeah, he had to become an animal to fight and all those other things, but he's still been the same man. Right. And then like he only had experiences and moments. Yo, Mo, you know what? You know the reason why you want that car up there and that house up there? Do you know the real reason you want that?
Because it's cute like me.
Well, that's true. That's true and true. But the real reason you want it is for the feeling it gives you. You want the home from the feeling you could get when you walk into it. When you're putting your key into the door and knowing it's your home. When you know that you close that door behind you, everything inside of that domain belongs to you. That's the feeling you want to get. You want to be able to invite people into your home. That's the feeling. The car, you want the feeling of getting into it and people looking at it. You want to look at it. You want to know that car belongs to you. It's a feeling that you get from it. You don't want any other thing, anything other than a feeling. So we're walking around searching life, Mo, for feelings.
Yeah. You know, I always am big on how can we work out the problem and give somebody some kind of solutions. So I got two of the solutions, and I think you could probably elaborate or bring uh, even more solutions. You are solution based too, right?
Absolutely.
So I think if you want things that you see, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you're on social media, you see these things that you want. I think the first two things should be this, and maybe you could let them off with the last two, that you got. So you should, number one, check your perspective, right? This whole time we just been saying, check yourself from the inside out. Inside first. Why am I looking at this? And why is this appealing to me? How am I ingesting this? What is it telling me about me? That should let you know what you already feel about yourself. Because sometimes we aren't really in tune with ourselves. But how you start looking at things is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. So check your perspective. If your perspective is like, I really admire this, right? I can go on Instagram and see a workout person who does workouts and see how she is shaped, and she's shaped similar to me, right? But she's just totally fit in that shape. And I can say, oh, I really admire that. And that's fine. Because I want the best for me. And what she looks like she wants the best for herself too. So whatever she's doing, I'm all for it. The second thing I would do after I check my perspective and make sure I'm looking at it like admiring it, or seeing myself in it, in the good of it, is saying, maybe I should ask how she got it. Just how you ask the guy, how did you get these cars? Ask how the person gets there, because you might get an answer that helps you get to the place you want to be. Maybe she instructs people on how to work out the way she worked out. And it might not work for the girl over there who's shaped a little different for y'all, but you see that you and her have very similar shape. It might work for you.
Right.
All right. So okay, so you have a workout plan. Okay, cool. I'll purchase that. Ask, how did you get here? And you might get the answer that you need. And you might get the answer that you don't want to hear. That way to avoid wanting what they got. So I think those are two important things to start off. Like, if you start seeing things and you want the things that you see, do it that way. What you think?
Phenomenal. And me, I would just take it even one step further, a little even more drastic. If you find yourself in a space where social media is controlling you and really influencing everything you do, and you find yourself just looking and going at things the wrong way on social media, I would just put it down for a while, right? And the time I put in the social media down would be the time I pick myself up, meaning get to learn what it is that I truly like. Because when you're scrolling through your phone, you can see something that catches your eye, but you don't necessarily like that. You might get involved with that one thing and realize you don't like it. What you want to do is you want to find what it is that you like. Like, we gotta learn that putting our cell phones down, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Not knowing what happens on a social media site for a few hours of your day to a day or two of your life, it actually might help you. So I would go far as saying, if you find yourself on social media and you're looking at things in an unhealthy way, I'd say put it down for a minute. Find what you like and dive into that a little bit. Right? Like, there's so many things that happening in real life that we don't take advantage of in our own neighborhoods. There are paint shops around. There are coffee shops. There are small businesses all over the place, especially right now. And these small businesses have different hobbies, different things that you can take advantage of, different outlets that you can go about and just do some things. Get off of your couch, get from behind the desk for a while and experience life.
Yeah. Yeah. You said something, and this, ladies, y'all could probably attest to this. We be a little petty sometimes. So the petty in me said, "Is that why sometimes, when you scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, not you, bro, but some guys they be like looking at certain pictures, but then if you look at their partner, she don't look nothing like that.
Mm,
Is that
mm,
why? It's not because they obviously it they see it. It's something
mhm.
appeals to them, but it's not because that's what they went on there to or go out in life to look for.
You know what it is, Demo? It's so crazy because there's so many layers to that. Like
Right.
we can,
And then also I was thinking because is that what perpetuates this, this ant body, this fake body
ant
look?
body. I'm done.
Okay.
Um,
You
yo,
know?
yo, Mo, what's so crazy is that we all do something for someone else.
Uh,
That those bodies that we're speaking about, I even met a woman that got her body done not for herself, Mo.
yeah.
So it's crazy because men do things to impress women without actually looking to see if that impresses a woman, and then women go do things to impress a man without actually seeing if it impresses a man.
Yeah.
So here we go again. Now, when you're on the line, right, and you see a man scrolling like myself, everybody know my wife knows I like a woman with a big butt. I
Okay.
do. It's
Okay.
me. So if I see a woman with a big butt, wow, fatty, I like it. Boom, right? Like I'm just keeping it a stack. But that it also implies like if I see a woman with one of those ant bodies, as much as
I
more
didn't say
implies
that. Who
to
said that? Anybody who said that?
yeah,
That's crazy.
you know,
Somebody said
yeah,
that.
that one, the crazy one.
Oh man,
Those bodies is like, yo, honestly, those are something to look at. Like my thing is like I don't judge anyone, but I don't I don't want you to contour your body now, hurt yourself for later.
yeah, I don't think
Like
y'all like that. I don't think y'all like
I'm
the way
thinking
y'all
Mo.
look.
In the long haul, I know I know the human body, right? I've seen over years, especially watching people with bodies having the bodies after a while. This is why I even stopped getting tattooed because it's like, yo, I've seen my uncles and them their tattoos when they get in their 60s. It
It
looks
look crazy.
crazy. My
Yeah,
bad, yeah, your tattoos look nuts. I ain't gonna lie to you,
don't do that to
I
him.
ain't gonna say your name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Don't do that.
They look crazy, but
Aw.
your skin starts to sagging and all this, and it's like gravity works. So what you do when you're younger, you're gonna pay for when you get older. So all these waist shapers and all these things, I'm really skeptical about, and I pray for the queens and even some of the kings that out here doing what they're doing to their bodies to try to get likes and trying to get people to validate them.
Right,
This
right.
is what we're getting back to.
I don't think y'all like it for real. But I don't think the women like it either. And the crazy part is, you changed your body, and you have to live with this. When things change, I don't know how you're gonna change it back. That's terrible because they're like the men are looking at this. They don't even really like it for real. It is shocker. It's like shock value, but they don't like that for real. I'm not speaking for every man, and I'm not speaking for every woman either. But I don't think you like that body type. Neither one of y'all. But
Yo,
it's
it's nice to look
over
at.
and over again.
It's
It's
nice.
weird. I'm telling. I'm gonna tell the truth, right? Because I know what I see, right? And if there's somebody with a natural body, type, who's similar to that, it don't even look that way. It still looks different. So I'm just trying to figure out where's the. It's not appealing.
Yo,
It's something to look at, but it's not appealing.
we gonna dive into that one because I think that's another episode right there. And like
Yes, it is. But I
the body
definitely want to
shaming.
make sure we put that in there for an example of how looking for validation outside of yourself can just go crazy. It goes crazy.
If that is you guys, right? We sat here and we had a phenomenal conversation about it. But like we said, we are definitely solution based. If you find yourself in these categories, guys, like I say all the time, please don't let your ego and your confidence be in the way. Stop allowing that to handcuff your future, y'all. Like just reach out for the help. It's here. You don't have to struggle no longer, and you don't have to do it by yourself. I know what it feels like to have to do it by yourself. Mo knows what the street feels like to have to do it by herself. And we are here letting you know you do not have to do that any longer. There is help. Even if it's not with one of us, we can point you in the direction of someone that can suit you. But what we're saying to you is that do not sit in your homes any longer and allow yourself to be tormented by social media or the things of the world because you're not really giving the love and the passion that you truly need to yourself.
Right.
You deserve more. You're worth more than that. And if you get out of your own feelings for a second and let that pride and the ego let you show you more, you can see the same thing we've seen about ourselves, that you're worth it. You're abundant and you're limitless. Yo, Mo, we got to get up out of here. Before we get up out of here, what you telling people, man?
Remember to aspire big so that you can aspire bigger. If you need help doing that, looking for the best in life so you can get the best out of life, hit me up. Hit the link in my bios. Find me. Aspire Big, Inspire Big on Instagram. We have a community called the Vast Community where women come together and build in their vision building, accountability, self-care, and time management. I do one-on-one coaching. I'm from New York, so I might sound a little rough, but I really am loving and kind. I promise you I am. So just reach out to me, ladies, because I'm here. I'm here for sure. And if I can learn from you, you can learn from me.
Bad. That's a fact. Yo, check this out. To the kings out there, you guys understand it. Same thing goes. Same thing. Same rules apply. If you out there, you need the help building your character, your confidence. You want to be a better man. You are tired of missing out on opportunities, relationships, and experiences. Holla at me. We can put that work in. And yeah, I'm from New York too. I'm down here in South Florida, but my accent will never change. I will always be from the crib. And listen, I'm always a loving individual. I'm here to help. But one thing I'm going to do is push you. And every gentleman that I've coached can vouch to that. I will push you. I'm only going to push you to make you better. So with that being said, we love every last one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Do us a favor, subscribe, right? On every platform, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you download your podcast. And also share us. Put this word out there. We are here to spread this positivity. We are here to spread this word to raise your self-esteem and your confidence. And understand this. Confidence is all about how you see yourself. And then until the next time we see you, be good to yourself and the ones around you, right? But if you can't be good to the ones around you, that's okay. Just get those folk from around you. Yo, this is RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman. And
this is Coach Mo, your #1 women's empowerment coach.
And this has been the Uniquely Confident Podcast. Y'all be blessed because we will. Peace out.